And very often too with hiatal hernia, one of the things that you notice, and one of the things that actually indicates that you may have a hiatal hernia, you can't bloody breathe. Right? You feel like there's something pushing upward on your heart and lungs, and you can't take a deep breath. Right? You're always sort of, you have that high chest breathing, and you can't, the diaphragm muscle won't come down so that you can take that deep belly breath. It's a, right, like a deep sighing kind of action. In fact, one of the signs and symptoms of problems like this is that your body wants to take a deep breath and let it out, right? Constant chronic sighing, right? Right, to try to get that pressure off your diaphragm so that you actually feel like you've taken a deep breath, okay? So in other words, the reason why hiatal hernia is so common in conjunction and such a common complication to something like acid reflux is because it's the same root mechanism that's causing your acid reflux. When you have a hiatal hernia, you have something obstructing below your stomach that's causing pressure upward. And the worse this accumulation of food stagnation and dampness gets in your intestines, the more it puts pressure upward on the diaphragm muscle, causing difficulty breathing, difficulty taking a deep breath, but also the hole in your diaphragm itself where the esophagus passes through and connects to the stomach starts to bulge, and the stomach pushes up through that. Okay, and in cases where it's bad enough, right, your doctor will very quickly and very likely recommend surgery. You don't always have to have surgery. In fact, very few people end up needing surgery for this. Why? Why do I say that? Now, look, as I always make a point, right, I'm not taking the place of your doctor. Your job is to be responsible. This is not personalized medical advice, so be responsible for yourself. But understand, if you take away the thing that's causing the pressure, your hiatal hernia, by and large, will heal on its own. And this only makes sense. There's very few people who won't get some level of healing, usually enough to avoid surgery, if you take away the thing that's causing the upward pressure. The hernia will close on its own, and your stomach will slip back into its normal position. The other good news about that is once you do that, you're also obviously getting rid of your acid reflux. It's the same mechanism. It's the same root core imbalance that's causing both hiatal hernia and acid reflux. It's the obstruction below your stomach that's putting pressure upward because your stomach is full of your stomach and intestines get full of stagnant food and dampness and other things that we talk about inside the pivot protocol. Okay, so hopefully that makes it clear. If you have a diagnosis of hiatal hernia, for God's sake, don't rush to surgery. It's a major problem when they cut your abdomen open. Obviously, there's no such thing as a minor surgery, right? All surgery involves major risk, and especially today in 2020. Do you really want to be in a medical center? Do you really want to go to a hospital, right, with all the germs floating around and all the rest? It's a great place to get really sick, but you don't want to get your abdomen cut open. You don't want them stitching your stomach and fixing your abdomen and put a wire mesh in to keep the esophagus itself. This is LES surgery, weak LES. A weak lower esophageal sphincter is partly indicated also in cases like hiatal hernia. All of those things go together. When the stomach's pushing up, it puts pressure on the valve that connects your esophagus to your stomach as well. So there's all kinds of nasty things that you can end up being talked into by your doctor, and I'm here to tell you, you don't need to rush to do this. If you can fix it yourself by applying something like the pivot protocol, that's the best option. And for most people, it's a completely viable option. So for that reason, if you haven't started with the pivot protocol and you're watching this video, then by all means, I hope you do choose to get started. This is a real solution to a very serious common digestive problem. And if you can fix your digestive system and get it working right, most of these complications will go away on their own. Okay, thanks very much.